live. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, Random Talks. Wherever you are in this crazy world, give me a shout out. I give you guys a shout out. Let's talk about some boxing. You know, I was looking at Teofimo Lopez and Mike Tyson. That was a um, pretty interesting interview with Teofimo. Teofimo has a lot of confidence. I want him to keep that confidence. I want him to keep that energy going. M Mick G, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Jason Popple, how's it going, Kurt? Do you think Usyk versus Joyce happens, and do you think it's a good fight? Yeah, I think it's a good fight. It's a good fight because it's the first professional fight they've been in, but it's a reckoning. So it's Joe Joyce's opportunity to redeem himself. And I think if they fight once, I think they should fight again later on. But this is again, isn't it? So we got the professional, the amateur, then we got the professional. So let's see a professional fight on a professional platform. I want to see Usyk versus Joe Joyce. I think Joe Joyce deserves the opportunity, and I think Usyk um, needs to stay busy. You know what I'm saying? Since he took, or I think he has decided for the step aside deal, so he's got a little bread anyway, and then I think he needs to keep his tools sharpened by taking on Joe Joyce, somebody that is a fucking juggernaut, somebody that won't go anywhere. Skrilla50, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Schneider, Mr. Schneider, good evening, my people, my bomb squat nation. Bomb squat, nation of bomb squat. Andre Rodriguez, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you with the boxing masters in the house. Mr. Park, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. We coming in this thing. Yeah, I fancy Joyce for the win. I don't fancy Joyce for the win, honestly, though, because that's a fight, and see, people fancy him for the win. They like him for that win. Why? Because they like him because of the momentum. He stopped an undefeated guy that was one of the biggest prospects in the heavyweight sport. So for that reason, I can kind of understand why people would. But understand something about momentum. Momentum, when met the right opponent, will come to a stop eventually. It just takes that opponent. So momentum or not, it looks good. It's aiming good. Things should go the way they are based on what that fighter's been doing. But that doesn't mean that fighter is indestructible just because that fighter has momentum. Okay? So, Triple D, you look at somebody like Triple D. He was tested on a certain level. But Joe Joyce, obviously, is on a different level. He's older. And like I told people, I predicted that. But I predicted that based on experience. Okay? That's what's going to come down to him and Usyk fighting. It's going to be a very difficult fight for Joe Joyce. Because it's not like popping someone that don't have any head movement. Or really no footwork. Or just looks to knock him out with 2 or 3 punches like Daniel Dubois did. It's not going to be that way with Usyk. It's going to be a person that he's familiar with, and he's going to have to do something different. He's going to have to learn how to throw punches to the body. He's going to have to learn, yes, to use the jab, but at what times? And again, you're not talking about somebody with their damn head on the center line, like Daniel Dubois. That was a rookie mistake due to someone that hasn't been in that type of fight with a guy that uses his jab. Something simple as that, as a jab. But that comes from also a person that is so accustomed, spoiled, right? So accustomed to the idea of knocking people out. See those first, he had 9, 10 not first round knockouts? That's not good. He ain't win any rounds with a motherfucker. Triple D's resume is horrible. I knew Triple D would lose when he pushed Joyce and barely moved. Yeah, that was a trip, wasn't it, Skrilla 50? That was almost kind of embarrassing because he went to do like a Jarrell Miller versus Anthony Joshua. Remember Jarrell Miller said, "Get the fuck off me!" And he shoved Josh, and Joshua flew like a fucking, you know what I mean, like an elementary kid in a fight, right? Metal Box J, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. See, Joe Joyce didn't do that. He didn't do that, not at all, not one bit. Jason Popple. Joyce and Salas can take Teal versus Loma fight as a base for this one. Yeah, but they could, but let me tell you something. Alexander Usyk is a different kind of dude. You can say what you want. You can say he don't hit hard enough, this, that, and the other. If he didn't hit hard enough, he wouldn't have rocked Derek Chisora. You know, for the record, he stopped Witherspoon. Just multiple punches, right? Hearn stole Canelo off of Oscar. Metalbox J, yeah, he did in a sense. He did. And see, Eddie Hearn's one of those guys. He knows how to treat his fighters. You know, he knows how to treat his fighters. There ain't gonna be any. You know, and he goes for the hard hitters, and he got the biggest fighters in the sport. I mean, the biggest grossing fighters, the highest paid boxers, Eddie Hearn now promotes. Let that shit sink in. And you know he's doing that 2-fight deal, and that 2-fight deal will turn into a 4-fight deal. You know, but Canelo's smart. Sign a 2-fight deal, kind of like Manny Pacquiao did with Al Heyman. You know, so you do all you can do there. Keep the business rapport open because, I mean, he's out of contract. That doesn't mean he can't do further future business with Eddie Hearn. So, Joe seems to be better off at a pro level because of the 12 rounds. I am not sure if Usyk wins. Usyk just went 12 rounds. He just went 12 rounds with a guy that was coming right at him. Let's ask you to answer this question. Do you think Joe Joyce hits harder than Derek Chisora? By a show of yes or no, how many people think Joe Joyce hits harder than Derek Chisora? Who hits harder, Derek Chisora or Joe Joyce? Okay, we got John Doe, no. Jason Popple, yes. No, what? Yes, what? What are we looking at? Chisora hits harder, or okay? I think Chisora hits harder. Okay, Ray Khan is in the building. Okay, yes, Joyce. Joyce hits harder, Gordon, than Chisora. Usyk will do to Joyce what Fury did to Slider in the first fight. Who the hell is Slider? You mean Wilder? I'm like, who the hell is Slider? Mr. Dizzle. Joyce's jab is nothing to sniff at. That's true. He does have a jab. He can break eye sockets and, you know, rupture eyeballs and shit with his jab. So we know the man's jab ain't no joke. But then again, that's just one weapon. Can he execute that weapon with someone like Usyk, a southpaw? Put it this way. Let's look at the dynamics of the fight. All right. Usyk squaring off with Joe Joyce. They're in the middle of the ring. Exchanges. Let's look at the possible exchanges. You got a southpaw that's unorthodox, that fights with many different angles, versus a slower, taller, bigger heavyweight that's very durable and active. Joe hits much harder than Chisora. Joyce is a bigger hitter. Chisora marks that frontier between a fighter with or without ambitions and the capacity to do wonders. Chisora is a tough son of a gun. I'd say Chisora hits harder. Well, I say Chisora hits harder with certain punches. Teal Lopez just said if they can't fly to Australia, he fighting Haney on Mike Tyson show. Yeah, Lil G. That's what the man said. See, people get on Mike Tyson and get brave. Because Mike Tyson charges you up because he could care about politics. He don't care about that type of stuff. He wants to see a good fight. He wants to see the best fight the best. You know, the way these fights are going, though, listen to me, the way these fights are going these days, it's kind of scary for boxing. Because that's just like Errol Spence not fighting Terrence Crawford. It's like Sugar Shane Mosley never fighting Oscar De La Hoya. Or De La Hoya never fighting Trinidad. Or Trinidad never fighting Fernando Vargas. You know, it's getting bad to that point. Everybody, with the route Mayweather took, I don't know if he intentionally did this, but he fucking destroyed the mindset of most fighters. He destroyed it. That's why we got a lot of whack-ass fights. But see, overall, that's terrible for boxing because boxers know what the risk is. They know that you can die in the ring. They know that you can have life-changing injuries, you know, broken eye sockets, hands, toes, ribs, nose, right? They know they can have that, you know, and they want to fight guys that you either never heard of or you don't give a shit to see. People talk about Joe Joyce being slow, but timing beats speed. Joe Joyce is very precise. He is. He was, you know, but see, you think Usyk isn't? You think Usyk isn't precise with his punches? I don't know if the fight already has a date, Andre. I don't know. Frank Warren can't afford Usyk. It'll be interesting to see what network it's on. You know, I think it should be on the undercard of Joshua Fury. That would be a hell of a fight. Think about Usyk. Because, see, they're already combining networks. So then you wouldn't have that problem since they already have that door of understanding and communication open. I think it should be on the undercard. Because that should be an eliminator anyway, and that's what you should be looking at. Like, hey, if those fighters win, whoever's win out of those guys could fight the winner out of the saga between Fury and Joshua. You know. Hot. Okay, Mr. Snyder. But do you agree that Joyce is a much higher level than Chisora? I wouldn't say a higher level. I say he has a better chance of beating Usyk than Chisora did. But you talking about levels, you have to understand the experience that Chisora has. You know, so Chisora has more experience. Does that mean since he's lost to people that Joe Joyce never fought, does that mean he's on a different level than Joe Joyce? See, we have to be very careful on what we do and how we rate fighters based on what they've done lately, and we have nobody else to compare their wins to. Nobody has fought Triple D. You see? Since nobody's fought Triple D, how are we going to place Joe Joyce over How are we going to place Joe Joyce over Derek Chisora based on his last win over somebody that hasn't fought nobody? Does that make sense? Like, you want to be fair about the shit. Is Joe Joyce like a hot? Does he have a momentum? Yes. Is he coming off an impressive win? Yes. But what else has he done as far he's been in there with Usyk, a guy that beat him? You see what I mean? That's why he knows what to look for when guys with like Triple D. But when you compare Chisora's resume to someone like Joe Joyce's, you know, it's not comparable. Win, lose, or draw. Arlette, counterpunch to you. You eating well, looking nice and healthy. Appreciate you. I'll take it. I wanted you to look at me in another time. Like, hey, you're looking nice and slim. Yeah, it's fucking set food, I tell you. Chain with ice. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Yeah, Triple G, stay blessed, be real. I know that's right. He got hit with that karma, they call it. What goes around definitely comes around. He reaped what he sowed. He reaped what he sowed in. We got incoming. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. Happy birthday to you, baby. You know, listen, it's Nikki Blue Eyes Austin's birthday today. And I promised her that I would wish her a very, very happy, beautiful, wonderful birthday. Too blessed to be stressed birthday. This goes out to you, Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. So everybody, show her some love. It's her birthday. It's her day. You only get one of these days a year. And she'll only be this age this year and this year only. It only happens once. Sure, you're that same age all year, but it's nothing like first turning that age from another age. You've blessed to go from one year to the next. A lot of people can't say that, especially after the fucked up year we got out of. Hallelujah. 37. Oh, man, still young. That's a good young age. Like, hold on to that shit like a kung fu grip. The 30s is a mother sucker. It's like that. No, I don't want to go. No. You know, some people get depressed when they get 40. You're the oldest one you've ever been and the youngest you've ever been again. That's it. You're the oldest you've ever been and the youngest you've ever be again. Oh, wow. That's deep. Jamal Charlo is overrated. Skrilla 50. Well, he just passed the test with Deverenchenko. But you're looking at Deverenchenko that's been in there with Triple G, that's been in there with Danny Jacobs. You know what I mean? Then you got somebody fresh like Jamal, tough, big, you know. You know, Jamel, he's fought more guys. I'm drinking a glass of brandy right now. And thank you, everyone on the live. Blessings, guidance to you all. What kind of brandy are you drinking? Do we think Pacquiao versus Garcia happens? Jason, I have no idea, man. I'm 43 and I'm getting better all the time. Ray Khan, counterpunch to you, brother. Shucks. You're 7 years from being middle-aged. Chisora has the better resume, no doubt. But does he have the ambition at this stage of his career? Courtney Kettle, you're absolutely right. That's a good question. You know? But, you know, I think Derek Chisora is a guy that just likes what he does. And when you're dealing with people that just like the shit that they do, there's no telling what they'll do to raise the bar. Because, you know, that's just, you know what I mean? I know you got guys that get into the sport and they had their peak, and after that peak, they'll never get back to that peak. You know what I mean? It happens. But You have people that love what they do. They're consistent. And I think Chisora loves what he does. I think Chisora is one of those dudes that he loves what he does until he doesn't. I don't see Chisora just hanging around for a paycheck. I think he has enough money. I want to believe that. I want to believe that. What do you guys think? Oh, you're drinking Hennessy. That's not brandy at all, right? Ain't that cognac? That's a cognac, huh? Kamal, what's up, brother? Or, yeah. Kamal. Oz Khan, counterpunch to you, brother. Let's go, champ. Metal Box J. No one. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. No mention of Canelo signing for Matchroom on LDBC channels. They'll be on the coke with Oscar. Metal Box J. They won't. They just know that's not the type of information that they want to spread on their platform. See, I talk about all news because nothing affects me like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit doesn't bother me to see somebody else do good. This is like if Wilder wins his case or whatever. If Wilder gets a fight or Wilder wins. I like it when Wilder wins. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's content. Because you know he's gonna say something crazy, outlandish. He's going to say something probably stupid. He's gonna say something definitely interesting. You know, and then we more than likely we will see a huge knockout because of it. What more could you want? You got excitement, you got a knockout, you got some shit talk. Hey, that's a good day to me. You know? Is Drew Titan the new spokesperson for the LDBC? Don't know. I mean, I just heard about him when the barbershop, when Fred did that interview with Sugar Hill. X Ace 99X, what's up, brother? Big up to you. Yeah, that's Hennessy. Yeah, cognac. Yeah, Hennessy. Yeah, cognac. But Hennessy and Courvoisier, that's a type of Hennessy. I mean, cognac, right? Yeah. But I don't know. I could be wrong. Wol Oshu, counterpunch from Lagos, Nigeria. Nigeria in this piece. Who is your best pound for pound? We got Crawford, Canelo. We have Teofimo. Who's the other two? I had the other two. Usyk's in there. Why not? Usyk should be in there. And I'm missing somebody else though. Nikki getting lit on a Tuesday on hump day. Live it up. Yeah, I think she is gonna live it up. Just don't get knocked up today. That would be some shit. I got pregnant on my birthday. Fuck. Brazil is now mouthing off again. What's Brazil saying? Is he talking about Dillian White? Because I did a video about that not too long ago. Hearn haters need to fall on their swords. The fight is a loss. Yeah, that's just like one of those things where I think people, they'll still keep talking about it because they will be the resistance. They know that narrative, that those accusations and all the stuff behind Glovegate, they know that they don't have too much. It's nothing to it that proves anything or just shows that they're intending to do action. Wilder's wanting money instead of justice, because if he felt that he was cheated, he, you know what I mean? I think you should want both, honestly. But maybe he's trying to do one and then do the other. I'm not sure. But I think some people are content with the idea of just being the small few, where before they were big in number, but now they know, like, hey, a lot of these interviews, they shut a lot of shit down. I've done another video on that, so I won't do it. I won't post it today. Maybe early in the morning. You know, 80% of what comes out of Wilder's mouth is pure stupidity. Shelton Moore, because Canelo went franchise to avoid the fight. Remember, Charlo was his mandatory 160. But look, here's the thing, Shelton Moore. Here's the problem with that. What happened? See, this is the action. What happened as the result? Jamal Charlo, he got the WBC strap, right? Canelo got the WBC franchise. But he got it by default. How was Jamal's immediate reaction to getting that belt? Shelton Moore, that is a question to you. Awesomeness, Kurt, Plant, Jamal, Billy have ducked Canelo. Why do you think they see in Canelo to be ducking? I don't think they've ducked him. I think that what happens with fighters like that, they've caught on to the pattern. Canelo does have a pattern. I don't know if it's intentional. Maybe, maybe it's intentional. More than likely, it's intentional. He catches these fighters kind of blindsided and throws them a contract, right? And he throws them a contract, and it's like, yo, sign this if you want to fight me. When is it? Oh, it's 4 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying? It's like every fight that Canelo's ever involved in, it's never like a time frame where both guys are equally trained. If you notice, there's never nothing like that. Oh, but it is brandy. Okay. All right. Cool. Hennessy, brandy. I think they do have, man, now that I think about it, they do have Hennessy does make a brandy. Is cognac just brandy distilled differently? I think so. Don't get me lying, though. I mean, I know I don't fuck with Hennessy or cognac at all. That'll get me drunk. Kurt, Aki goes live today in a very good channel. Is a guest. Gonna be funny. In a very good channel. Okay. Andre, okay, that's cool with Aki. Good for him. Shelton Moore, they never mandated Jamal. Okay. Jamal Charlo has weaknesses to body punches. What is my favorite boxing movie? You know what? I like Play It to the Bone. You guys remember that with Woody Harrelson and Antonio Banderas? That was a pretty good movie. A lot of people don't think of that movie. It was quite good, real underrated. Wilder is panhandling for money. Usyk for pound, his resume is unbelievable. Well, don't worry. Usyk, all right, I tell you what. If Usyk beats Joe Joyce, don't say shit. Don't say he's too small. Don't say he ain't ready for the other guys. Don't say, but oh, so-and-so clearly. Okay, because mark what I've already told you guys. I've already told you about my that's my counterpunch on that particular fight. Crawford's hands down. Wilder, okay. Wilder never wanted justice because he knows it was all made up. He just wants to cash out. He wanted to cash out in that third fight. But I don't think he honestly wanted, like, I think Wilder, man, honestly, it's just, he thought that fight was going to happen. And then since it's not happening, he wants his fucking money. So he going to get something, So he wants something. It'd be a damn shame if he didn't get anything, because you know what the story would be then. Because he should have shut the fuck up and then just, you know, kept that shit to himself. That's just like Miguel Cotto accusing Margarito of cheating him when they caught Margarito, and Margarito still denied that he cheated Cotto, right? If Cotto would have been dumb enough to do the shit that Wilder did, and I don't know, honestly, Fury could be a real dickhead. He could just really go hit that defamation of character, and that's something that I've talked to close people of Wilder, and they've told me that was one of the reasons why he didn't want to say something. You see what I'm saying? So now that he did, it makes no sense on what I was told. So if Tyson Fury, if he decides, okay, that's why I think, this is why I think there's nothing to it. Because if there was, I think the counter from Team Fury, they would go and recounter and hit Deontay Wilder with a defamation of character if it did get close to something being at risk, right? At risk. I think that if something was at risk, like that bullshit about the WBC belt, that's bullshit, people. I hope you guys seen the video, but it's bullshit, okay? The WBC is Tyson Fury. He's the reigning and defending, or he's the reigning WBC. Until he fights Joshua, he will not defend it. Okay, that's that. So I'm glad Mauricio at least cleared that shit up and shut one of that bullshit down with all he's trying to figure out who's going to do what. They could strip him. No, they want him stripped. That's a difference. There's something, you can preach something and bait it as truth on your platform and have a bunch of people believing that shit based on what you like, but it's not based on fact. The fact of the matter is, they want Tyson Fury to give up that belt. But if he gives up the belt, it'll fuck the Anthony Joshua fight up. But they just wanted to give it to Wilder so Wilder can be a champ, so they can have somewhat of a moral victory for the champ. Because if he gives it up, then they'll spin that narrative that, oh, he had to give it up because he knew he cheated, and because he knew he cheated, they had to get that belt up. That's why justice had to prevail. Now we just need to work on that loss. We need to get that loss taken off now. No, you're not getting that loss taken off. WDE, counterpunch to you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, sir. Stay blessed. Be real. You know what? I'm at your channel every day because I appreciate your content and I rate your unbiased views. But this question is aimed at boxing fan and you. Fury or AJ? It makes that harder to dictate because, we don't see. I liked AJ in his fight. Of course, Tyson Fury destroyed Wilder. But it makes it hard because we don't know what Fury, how he's training. So it's a big mystery. I think eventually somebody was going to get in Wilder's ass like that anyway. I think he was just fortunate to be him that had the opportunity. But we don't see him with anyone else. Like at least Caballero, we get to see how he was aggressive. Will he fight the same way? Will he be that guy that will he do the same thing? Will he duplicate the same type of performance and dominance that he did with Wilder? Can he do that to other fighters? It's hard to say anything now because we haven't seen Fury fighting damn near over a year. And that was with a person that was totally unorthodox, which Wilder is. We forget Wilder. Wilder, what he ain't done in a while, because, he ain't fought in a while also. So it's been the same amount of time for both fighters. They haven't fought since February on the 22nd. So it's hard to say who's going to win. I've seen how Joshua looked. He looked good. He didn't even really look like he had too much ring rust or nothing like that. Kurt, what's the difference between a southpaw and orthodox? A southpaw, his back foot is to the left. Okay, his right hand is his forward arm. He punches, uses his jab. This is the southpaw stance, which your left leg is your leg for stance, for balance, right? Your pivot foot is your right leg. Opposite for orthodox. Orthodox is when your right leg is your leg for balance, okay? That's where your balance is from. And your front punch is your jab, your left. You're changing stances. It's just different positioning based on your power hand. But a lot of people do fight with their power hand first, like Oscar De La Hoya. James Page, he was a welterweight. A lot of people don't remember him. James Page, he was a pretty good fighter. He was one of Don King's fighters, though, like a Showtime guy. You know, he beat guys like Jose Luis Lopez, which was a guy that a lot of people avoided, including Oscar De La Hoya, right? So Charlo defended the title. No? Which Charlo? If Wilder wanted to fight, he would have trained, or at least tried to make the fight. Neither seemed to happen. Based on what Fury said about not fighting him, when he said that, when he made that comment, or he did that interview with Brian Custer and went official, he fucked himself out of that. That's like what Pacquiao did to Mayweather. After Pacquiao lost, Pacquiao started complaining about his shoulder. Remember that? My shoulder, I couldn't punch like I wanted to punch. You know? And Floyd got pissed, you know, and he was like, you know what? I'm not falling for the bullshit. In fact, I'll beat him 10 times out of 10, and I'm not fighting him anymore. Mayweather sacrificed another huge payday just to be adamant on his actions. He could have made more money. Mayweather could have fought Pacquiao again. He could have fought him again, and that shit would have sold. And see, fights that when fighters diminish, because you know Floyd is not the same fighter he was. We seen him in 17, and that was damn near 4 years ago. We seen him fight Conor McGregor. He wasn't the same type of fighter. He himself said, I feel different. You should feel different. I mean, nobody's fucking, I mean, he ain't like he's a mutant. He is a freak of nature. I will say that about Floyd. He's a freak of nature. You know what I mean? His build, the shit he eats, it doesn't match on the physique that he has. It's genetic. Look at his father. Floyd Sr., the dude has a whole six-pack to this day. Fucking nugget, rock hard, you know, like the dude's cut up. Floyd caught that gene, I feel. So, but I think that Floyd knew if he fought Pacquiao again, it would be harder for him. That's why why you think he wouldn't fight Canelo? Because Canelo was a different fighter now. He's a fucking lot older now, too. He's not 36 years old no more. That's 7, 8 years ago. Right? He fought, he fought him in 13, dude. That was 8 years ago. That's a long time ago. That's damn near a decade ago. You know, and Canelo was what, 24? No, 23. Or was he 22? I think he was 22. Now he's 31. Again, damn near a decade ago. X-Ace 99X. I'm still not convinced of Joe Joyce. You shouldn't be. People, you know, let's stop. Let's not start, you know, parading around Joe Joyce that quickly. But this is what happens what ends the sport of boxing. You see a fighter dominate another fighter, and for some strange reason, you just assume, because off that win with that guy, that he's going to do that to a totally different guy. Different style, different size, different speed, different skill set, different ring IQ, different everything. It's not going to be the same fight. You're talking to, yeah, Joe Joyce did it. I congratulate him. I'm happy for him. He avenged his mom. He was talking shit about his mom having, her eye difficulty, sight problems and shit. He's supposed to have done that. He's supposed to knock the fucking broke both eyes for that shit. But
rolling, guys, rolling.
The thing is, he did what he needed. He did what he had to do with the fighter that he had in front of him. Okay? That's not saying that he's going to do that shit each and every time. That just means it sets him up for the possibility to get in there with someone more difficult. And there's a lot more difficult people than Daniel Dubois. Counterpunch. Vamos campeón. Big Kurt in the cut. What's up, brother? No filter boxing news. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. And I am in that cut. 6 foot inch nails, baby. 6 foot inch nails. Oh man, it basically Wilder, he tripped up. He just tripped up. That's all. Or at least tried to make the fight. Yeah, Usyk beat Joyce before. Usyk is a Ukrainian Holyfield. You know what? Let's not go that far that fast. You can't call him a Ukrainian Holyfield. He might have the potential to do what Holyfield did coming from cruiserweight now. But that remains to be seen. But if you guys don't know about Usyk's one of his idols is Holyfield. Okay, so if he's anything like Holyfield, if he wants to be anything like Holyfield, hopefully he can do what Holyfield did in his career, especially at the heavyweight division, because Holyfield was, he was shat on too. They shat on that guy. They shat on him. In the heavyweight division, really. They told this guy that they didn't respect him as being a heavyweight until they start putting people on their ass. You know what I mean? But you have to remember, Holyfield was beaten by guys like Michael Moore. Okay? You know what I mean? And Michael Moore beat him first time off. So anyway, yeah. So Holyfield didn't get respect until much later when he had to go up against those big guys like George Foreman and shit like that, Mike Tyson and people like that. Those type of guys, when he started whooping those dudes, and George Foreman gave him a run for his money. Don't think George Foreman was a big fucking punching bag. You know what I mean? So don't think that for a long shot. Mayweather is the GOAT. Martha Stubbs. Well, he was quiet in hiding, but see, my understanding of that, just to let everybody know, and I was told, Wilder wasn't speaking about that because he didn't want to be sued by Tyson Fury. That's what I was told. It ain't what I heard. It's what I was told. That's a fucking difference. See, when you hear stuff, that means you don't want to reveal who told it to you. Or I heard. That means you heard it from someone told you that they didn't have confidence of it being true. And they didn't have confidence of it being true, and they didn't want to be the source of the person that told you. That's why it's a rumor. Anyway. Yeah, I personally think AJ wins in rounds. And if that happened, they'll be crazy. AJ Wilder and Fury goes in at round 7. I still look. I want to see Wilder fight AJ. We know he ducked AJ for Fury because he felt Fury was not as a riskier fight. I think that's what that was. You don't turn down that much money, because it didn't. None of that shit made sense to me anyway. Anyhow, so. But forget all that. That's the past. I still want them to fight. If Wilder's still fighting, he needs to fight the top guys. He needs to stop. He made a whole career, him and his handlers, of getting him soft, easy opposition. This part of his career, it needs to be a hard road until he retires. He's got enough of those easy touches, those easy pick'ems, those cherry picks. He's had enough of those. He needs to now fight all the top guys. He needs to erase that stigma, that reputation of him fighting lower opposition and start fighting these guys. I don't give a shit what it takes. You know, Andy Ruiz, Dillian White, dude, you fought Ortiz. Leave him be. Now, as far as Ortiz, we need to see how good you are based on how the people you beat. That's why Ortiz needs to fight some fucking body. So we need to stop that too. Ortiz too old. Fuck it. I don't care how old he is. Let that man get a fight with somebody worth a damn. Okay? Counterpunch. I don't give a shit how old he is. Povetkin just knocked him out and he's 40 fucking 1 years old. You know what I mean? That obviously that don't matter. You know, you think an old man can't knock you the fuck out, especially a heavyweight? You know? Ortiz versus Hooker is official right now. That's a great fight. Will be entertaining from start to finish. Mr. Park, I think so too. I can't wait for that fight. He got caught with the illegal IV and knew it was too close to call, so he ran off like he did after the De La Hoya fight. Who did that? You talking about Floyd? I don't know, man. I don't know. So, cause see, I've never been a guy about like conspiracies like that. See, I've heard of Mayweather shit, but I'm the type of dude, if that shit can't be proven, I'm not gonna be paneling that shit. You know, and because Mayweather's done a lot of shit that I didn't care for, but that don't mean I'm gonna start making shit up about him. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do that. Just like you have more rumors that Manny Pacquiao cheated, right? But has anybody ever seen him or caught him? Has he ever tested positive for something like all these motherfuckers do these days? Canelo, Luis Ortiz, Roy Jones, Jarrell Miller. Think about it. All these motherfuckers have been popped now. Sugar Shane, popped. Fernando Vargas, popped. Right? All these guys have popped dirty at some point in time. But has Pacquiao? No. Has Anthony Joshua? No. So I won't entertain it. I won't go there. Like, why would you go there with that? You know? Has Wilder? No. You see what I'm saying? Like let's... Has Fury? Yes. But Fury's was unique because the fucking organization that popped him, right? They waited a fucking year to actually say he did have something. You know, that was shady. So that was rather an exception. So you got to look at all the facts when you throwing somebody, before you throw somebody under the bus. Okay? Dillian White, yes, they found some shit in his sample. Was that VADA? Well, I mean, yeah, was that VADA? No. That was fucking UCAD. Again, the same motherfuckers that fuck with Fury, the same people that fuck with Carlos Molina. Remember that? They waited a year and did that same shit. Though, look, now what I can say there's something fishy about UCAD. I can say that. The 3 different guys, you know what I'm saying? 2 Brits and an American. So you can't say, oh, it's just a British or it's just American. No, it's a selective pick people to fuck with, I feel. Based on whatever or why. I don't know what the reason, what the reason of their corruption, but it's some corruption there. Right? But something was found nonetheless. Please, please, please drop a bomb impression before the end of the stream. The Phantom Salad Dodger. Oh, man. Like I just said, these guys that are testing every fucking day, and I'm not talking about the bullshit corona. I'm talking about actual blood and urine testing. They did not test dirty. If you want to call some dirty motherfuckers, you want to look at Canelo, Oscar's fighter, that red-headed Mexican. He's done so much drugs that his hair's red. I've seen pictures that he was actually brown-headed. I think the drugs made his hair. He's a prototype. Dillian White, too. He's a drug-pushing bastard. Jarrell Miller, I don't even want to talk about him. Kurt, in Mary and heading to my bed now. I got a 9 a.m. start tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's 10:30 now. Thank you so much for the birthday live, and thank you everyone for the birthday wishes, love, and blessings. Enjoy that drink. Again, don't wake up knocked up. I don't know what happened. My head was killing me. Yeah. You drop it on that drip, drip, drip. And you see those two damn, you see those two stripes. You be like, fuck, I'm pregnant. Francis Carroll, big fan here, listening from London. Counterpunch to you, brother. Jeff, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Lucetta, Lucietta, right? Cisco Perez, what's up, brother? Sid H, Counterpunch. Comatose, what's up, brother? That's the Bob father, all right. Yeah, that's the Bob father. They never got tested by anything. So stop accusing them, for they hit you with a defamation character so big that your grandfather and your grandkids are gonna need fucking lawyers. And I won't be around, because I'll probably be dead. On that Bill Cosby. Beep. Doll. Bill. Hey. Bill Cosby was in here. That was a trip. Imagine Bill Cosby still like getting out of prison doing the same shit, then getting like sneaking back in prison. You remember? You guys ever seen Law Abiding Citizen? That's a very good movie. Nothing compares to Miller skinhead O'Connor sag.
Oh, you can make it.
You're brilliant at imitation of the people for voices. I love Bob Arum and the Floyd one. The Godfather of boxing. Appreciate you, man. Hey, hey, hey. I think Bill Cosby was a whore. I just think he was a big whore and just had a lot of.
Yeah, but it's
I think he was a big paymaster. You know what I mean? Like I think he paid a lot of women to do dirty stuff with him. And I think what happened when you start to try to buy stuff or clean up your act, you're gonna have to deal with certain things that, you know, people that were he was paying. I don't think that they were ready for that type of change, because if you're accustomed to some old billionaire damn near, because Bill Cosby was damn near a billionaire, wasn't he? I don't think that they're accustomed to, if you know, you're used to someone giving you shit, I don't know, $20,000 a month. You don't know what he was dropping these people, these girls, these women, rather, not girls, but women. He wasn't a pedophile. I think he was just a whore / dirtbag. You know what I mean? He was on some Trump shit. He was on some Trump 2.0 and shit, you know? He was an undercover pimp, you know what I mean? Like, he did some shit, man. I mean, I think it was different. You know, I think he's in jail for being an old asshole that did that type of shit back then. Those guys did that type of shit. Quaaludes? Who takes Quaaludes these days? Honestly, who takes those damn things? Those are things that you take back in the day. You know? Radio Raheem just seemed to have disappeared. I don't know what happened to Radio Raheem at all. You know, I seen the funniest shit. I don't know if I told you guys, but I seen this guy in line at it was at a Burger King, and he had a sweater on, and it said "Free Bill Cosby," and then on the back it said "Fuck these hoes." And I said, "What?" I had to take a picture. Did I take a picture of it? I know. I'm pretty sure I did. But it was just retarded. It was almost like some, I don't know. It's crazy. Deontay Wilder killed him. I told you. You're going to sit here and act like, I dare you to sit here and act like you. I dare you to sit here and act like you don't know what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Now, I hope not. Raheem here. he has a voice for radio, you know. Quaaludes are now Molly and ecstasy. Yeah, I mean that shit, like, that's what they did at the time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they, yeah, it was a lot of them. You think somebody, okay, Bill Cosby, dude, he does not drink or does not smoke. Let me give you another person for an example that doesn't have a substance abuse problem, but he has other windows of expression and habits. Eddie Murphy. How many kids does Eddie Murphy have? 11, 12? Got a lot of kids. So that should tell you that that man likes doing the things that get kids, right? Okay. Eddie Murphy doesn't drink or smoke, and I think there's like a comparison. I think it's a pattern with guys that they don't really get involved with certain substances, but I mean, everyone has some type of demon, and I think their fault is women. Some people have problems with drugs and coke and marijuana or alcohol, and then some people don't do any of that shit, but they just gotta in true Dolomite fashion. Absolutely. Was on the Zachary Gossett like a week ago for music. That's cool. I'm glad he's all right. He did bring a lot of attention to Wilder that went viral, and now everyone picked up all to this day. Wilder cash out on merchandise. I think he should have thought about his chain, though, because a lot of people will stop supporting him. But I hope the people that say they support Wilder. Buy the shirts. Order the shirts. Go online to buy them. Oh, Arlette, he has 11. Eddie Murphy, that's a lot of kids, man. It's a lot of children. That's a lot of children. And that's like a freaking age span of like 30 to like 5 or something. Or no, maybe 2 or 3. He just had a child, didn't he? If you're old like that, you know what I mean? I mean, if you're rich like that, you can have babies at like 59. How old is Eddie Murphy? 57, 58? Jason People, good fight, I think. Virgil stops it late. It's going to be a good fight, though. What's up, Counterpunch in chat? LDBC, salute, family. What's up, D. Hodges? Counterpunch to you, man. Counterpunch to you. Daryl Alexander, with the fighters that are available to fight, who would you like to see Wilder fight next? With the fighters available? The fighter that he's fighting. Okay, let's look at it this way. Who else is available to fight right now? Let's be real. Ortiz. Who the fuck wants to see another Ortiz fight? I know I don't. Can't say Dillian White. He got a fight. Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz would be ideal. Okay? If Andy would fancy a fight, I would like to see that fight. And that fight should happen for many reasons. But that's if Andy wants to risk losing with his newfound. See, this is look. This is the problem with Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz has a lot of pressure on him. You guys need to understand that. Brandon Keno, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. Look, he has a lot of pressure on him. And the pressure goes like this. He's with like one of the best boxers in the world's trainers, Canelo. That also produces King Ryan Garcia, new exciting prodigy. Frank Sanchez, another undefeated fighter. Then himself. That's pressure by competition due to your peers. His peers is Canelo, Frank Sanchez, Ryan Garcia. You know what I'm saying? And I think what happens with that, I don't think he wants to risk fighting someone that big under that new trainer tutelage, right? I don't think he wants to do that right now. So I don't think he would even take a Wilder fight. So again, you can't blame Wilder if fucking Andy would, no, I need more training. I'm losing a lot of weight. I'm working on my 4-pack. I got my 2-pack here, and I'm working on my 4-pack. Stay tuned to my next video. It's going to show a lot. You guys stay tuned. I'm going to be back. No, I don't want to fight that Wilder. I want to get our feet wet first. I think God is just such a blessing. Yeah, so, yeah, you can't blame Wilder if that shit don't pop off. Because Ruiz, again, he's already ducked 2 top quality fighters with 2 losses themselves, right? At his parallel. Look, Ruiz, Ortiz, and White, all of them guys got 3 fucking, they all share 2 losses apiece. They're all on the same level to me as far as I'm concerned, and they're all on the redemption list. So yeah, so Ruiz, I don't think he'll fight someone like Wilder. I don't. I think he'll look at that as another hard fighter. I think that'll be difficult to fight right now. I think me and Eddie Reynoso, the Reynosos, I think we need to start with someone that can get us going. We've really been training hard. I've never trained like this. So you can't blame Wilder for that shit. Wilder probably would take it. I mean, why not? That would be that would be ideal for Wilder. It would be. Usyk, that would be a good fight too. But I mean, Usyk fighting Wilder. Wilder has options, man. It's a good thing. Like when he lost, if we just erased all the bullshit about Glovegate, if we erased Glovegate and he just didn't get the fight because the fight with Anthony Joshua was bigger, which it is, just a bigger fight. Probably the biggest fight we can make now anyway. So there's no argument about that. So if we wipe all that away, what's next for Wilder? That's all we really need to be focused on. That's all. Fuck all that other bullshit with, Wilder this and that. Okay. He can't take a loss, obviously. He has problems with that loss. Okay. Whatever. What is he going to do from here? He did say that, Brandon Keno. He did say Usyk's too small. Usyk did say he doesn't care for Wilder. Yes, there's a backstory. I remembered. I covered it. So, yeah, I would think, he ain't had no problem beating the fuck out of Charlie Z. Right? Do that with somebody with some boxing gloves on. Well, with somebody that can fight. I agree. Ruiz has to stare easy if he loses again against Wilder's coincidence. His confidence. Look, his confidence will drop. But see, Ruiz knows. It's something else with Ruiz too. Excuse me. No, he'll be 60 this year. Appreciate it. I know he was either late 50s or just 60. You know what I'm saying? But okay, you're dealing with Ruiz, a guy that left a trainer for no fucking good reason. He left him, and he left him because I guess he wanted a fresh start, or the rumors was Al Heyman made him do it. We don't know that to be true either. We just know he got his daddy, which is his manager, to fire Manny Robles. So he knows in the back of his mind he has to do well with Reynoso, because there's no reason that he went to Reynoso in the first place from Manny Robles. That's another reason. Okay? He owes it to Manny Robles to do good. He has to perform good to save face. He owes it to Reynoso's because he has to show Reynoso. He also has to show the peers that work with Reynoso. So it's a lot of things. He has to fucking prove it to himself. Like, hey, was this a fluke? I got a little food, now I'm eating. Can I really do this? Do I really want to do this still? You can make fucking videos all day, but we're not going to fall for the bullshit until we see, hey, can you move? Can you box? Do you have stamina? Do you have the drive? Are you still hungry, motherfucker? I don't mean hungry like eating. I mean hungry like desire to fight. Grim Reaper, yes, he has potential, but how much potential? What does potential mean if you don't use it? Potential is only potential unless you do something with the potential. Yes, he's training hard. Yes, I'm proud of him. But yes, that motherfucker's still on the redemption list. Why? Because he fucked himself up. He came in fat. He came in overweight. And then he made, if Anthony would have still beat him, he made it look bad on Anthony. Because everybody's saying that hate Anthony anyway. Oh, well, he beat a fat guy. Dudes came in fat, dude. That's still not really a win, you know. He fought scared anyway, man. Like Wilder, he should have fought him and went to knock him out. Okay. Don King versus Bob Arum for the ancient belt. I still got Don King though. Don King did some prison time for killing a person. You guys know that, right? Did you guys know Don King fucking went to jail for manslaughter because he fucking slaughtered a guy to death? He slaughtered a man. No, that's definitely Bob Arum versus Don King. That's that's a no-brainer. You fucking put Bob Arum in the cardiac arrest. The fucking bastard kept hitting me. Son of a bitch. Albuga, counterpunch to you, brother. One don't know the backstage of the Ruiz and Robles issue. They don't tell us everything, of course. We know what happened. We know what happened though. You know, we know what Ruiz said in front of everybody. We know the position he took in public. And we know what he did behind the scenes. You see what I'm saying? We know that. There's really not much more you have to really understand. We know, if you didn't know, Andre, did you know Manny Robles put this motherfucker up when he was homeless? Did you know that? He stayed with Manny Robles. So it was different. That's like Emmanuel Stewart bringing Andy Lee to stay with him. You understand? It's different at that point. Now this person is living with you. He's living with your family that knows your family. It's different. It's personal at this point. It's past business. Past business. And we know behind the scenes, he got his dad. He couldn't even do it himself. He could at least came down there, Manny. It's over. I just want to let you know for future references, you've been good, but we're going to go another direction. Whatever. He didn't even do that. See, I mean, he lost some points with me, Andy Ruiz. I mean, he got that opportunity, he made some money. He needed the money, though. He did need the money. Bob Arum fucked him. Like Bob Arum is known to do with certain fighters, let him fall through the cracks and shit. Teddy. And he needed money. He needed to survive. He needed to fight. Right?
Hey, how many rounds do we have in Honeymark?
So he needed that. He got that. But when he got that, he showed that what does he have when he has that? What type of person did he turn into? Right? He had to be this person that he turned on basically Ruiz turned on basically every fucking body that helped him. Now, you might look at me crazy, but that's exactly what he did. If you realize what Andy Ruiz did, he turned on his trainer. He stopped training. He turned on the promoter that blessed him, Eddie Hearn. I'm not going over there. I'm not fighting in the UK. I'm the boss. He turned on himself by eating like a motherfucking idiot. You know what I mean? He turned on every fucking body. So he turned on Manny, his father, himself, the promoter, AJ. Start talking shit about AJ like, dude, AJ ain't did shit to you. You know what I mean? He's really a robot. He even started trolling AJ, remember? He looks like a robot. I can show him a couple things. He really can't fight. He can't box. He started talking shit. So he started smelling himself. Andy started smelling himself. So everybody, when he got some fucking money, he turned on everybody. New friends. He was hanging out with the Pauls and shit, Logan and Jake and them. You know what I'm saying? They're taking him out. He partying with their ass. They don't give a fuck about working out. They're YouTube fucking stars. They don't care. They making money every month. Fucking $60,000, $70,000 revenue checks. They ain't worried about the shit that Andy Ruiz is worried about. You know what I mean? And Ruiz got that money and turned on everybody. So yeah, I mean, he, you know, and then he lost. Then it's somebody else's fault. After saying to the public, it's my fault, I ate everything in sight, I drank too much, I ate too much, I partied too much, I apologize to my dad and my trainer, Manny Robles, right? And then you go fire the man. I was pissed off about that because I thought, like, dude, that's fucked up. That's really fucked up what you did. And, you know, I hope he learned from that. But then I don't want to go too hard on Andy because I know he's in the right direction, hopefully. I just know people do strange things or unwarranted things when they lose. I know that. Yeah, he ate a lot of humble pie after that rematch. But did he really, though? I mean, what did he do after the rematch? He didn't eat shit. You know, he claimed to claim responsibility. But in actuality, he didn't. It's my fault. I'm sorry, trainer. I'm sorry, father. I'm sorry. Then, you know, we leave, go home. Fucking fire him. He's fired. Manny, let's not fire. That's not, you know, what the fuck did Manny do? Ben Davison would be a great trainer for Ruiz. I don't know. I think he's doing a good job with, you know, because look, Andy's been fighting since he's been 5, 6 years old, so he knows how to fight. And that's another thing, dude. You should have done that. You should have went in there and continued what you did in the first fight with Anthony Joshua. If Anthony Joshua let you, you know. So no, he didn't eat any humble pie. You know, he just got beat. Andy is not you for it. Full stop. Yeah, because he was told by Al Heyman, Jason Popple. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Because Al Heyman just comes in and does, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if Andy Ruiz was that popular, or if he was that fucking important, you know, I don't think he would have even been in the ring with Anthony Joshua anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, right? Al Heyman must have had to allow that to happen. Yeah, I'll let you fight. I'll let you fight the big ass Brit. Andy, I'll let you fight him. I'll let you fight the motherfucker. But you better whoop his ass. You better whoop his ass. The better boxer, Parker Ruiz. Parker. He's the better boxer. Ruiz throws beautiful combinations and he's a scrapper, but he's not a better boxer than Parker. That's why he lost. But he lost to a split decision loss. He lost by split decision. So it was a judge, at least a judge that thought he won that fight. That bad. He has 2 losses. You know, one to AJ and other to Parker. If Ruiz could do it, if he should do any damn thing, I think he should fight Joseph Parker. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to get back slowly and get his everything back. He beat AJ and became an attraction. Plus, he's Mexican, so he's valuable right now anyway. That's true. Kurt, you need to bigger teeth to imitate Heyman. Bigger teeth, yeah. He does some big fucking teeth, don't he? Don't do it views. I don't do it views. Yeah, it's actually a good idea, Baron von Vlaten, right? Kurt, these boxers doing too much capping. Jamal calling out Dimitri Bivol and Arthur Beterbiev. Jamal Charlo, he's just talking shit, you know? And he ain't the big shit talker like his brother. His brother's a smaller one that always talks and always hostile talking and shit. How does QI? What is who? What does QI? Yeah, Parker gonna fight Fob, but I mean, like, you know, he should fight it, take his tune up, and then go for a Parker fight. I don't know. I'm just imagining he did, you know, like one of them kingpin motherfuckers that smoke cigars and call shots, summon people in their room and shit. Hey man, Al Heyman want to meet you. Yeah, I'm glad you sit down. Take a seat. He talking to Spence now. Era. We gonna get you that Pacquiao fight. If we don't get you that Pacquiao fight, we gonna get you that Ugas fight. I talked to Keith Thurman. He ain't fighting no Crawford.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Bob Arum cheap ass ain't gonna buy nobody no more. He ain't paying nobody shit. So we gonna keep all this in house. Get on out of here. All right, Al, you got it. I know I don't want to fight no Crawford no motherfucking way. Hell, he lighting the ass. I know I beat him. Yeah, you beat him, but that ain't the point. The point is you ain't fighting him. I'm not fucking with Bob. Get out of here. Charlie Murphy will say that. So cool. Yeah, you imagine Charlie Murphy playing Al Heyman? Yeah, you right. You ain't fighting nobody except who I tell you to fight. I don't do interviews, you know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that shit. Get out of my office before I kick you in your back, sucker. Nah. Buck Don King. Third, you need to buy some fake buck teeth and get a George Jefferson haircut to do a perfect Heyman. Yeah. Fucking George Jefferson. What you want, Weezy? Penny Royale. Hey, up, bruh. Just a quick one tonight to send my bet to you all. Stay happy, stay safe. Penny Royale, thank you for popping in. Thank you for popping in. Have a good night. Don King is still alive. Hell yeah, he's still alive. Don King ain't went nowhere. Those guys like that, man. I guess promoters have they have longevity, I tell you. Longevity of a promoter's thing. You look at Frank Warren, he's like in his 70s, right? Barry Hurd, Bob Arum, Don King, you know. Bongo Bongo. I don't have a prediction yet for AJ versus Tyson Fury. Shout out Kurt. Keep the videos coming. Joey Smith, you damn right. I'm gonna keep it coming. I'm gonna keep it counterpunching. Daryl Alexander. That's because they can afford the best medical teams in the world. I'm getting another heart transplant. I want a heart of an 18-year-old. 18-year-old, he died in a motorcycle accident. I'm glad he died. I want his heart. They'll bring it to me and ship me and do it right here in my house. Arum is 90 years old. Yeah, he is. Damn, and Bob, man. Bob Arum. You know, fucking Don King. Well, it just shows you which one rose and fall. Because Don King's hardly, he has some fighters, but he's not the same. But he got a movie made after him, and he's been in. Look, his character has been in a lot of different movies concerning, Mike Tyson, Only in America. That's a very good movie. You guys, I think it's on YouTube. Only in America, HBO. Man, a matter of fact, I might watch that after I get off this live stream because I know we probably have another. What is it? 5 o'clock already? Jeez, wait. Damn, it's 5 o'clock already. Is Wilder most overhyped fighter of the decade? He's the most emotional. I'll say that. The only person that I can stop Aram and King is Blade. I know, right? Blade. Ready to die. I was born ready, motherfucker. Love Blade, man. I could watch Blades all day. But have you guys ever seen Blade on weed? Oh, man. It's 6 p.m. here, Troy. Where are you at? Good evening from South Wales. DJ Antone. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. King and Aram are the most... King and Aram and most promoters are bloodsuckers. They live long. Yep, that's why they need Blade. I'm gonna kill all you old motherfuckers. You've been drenching blood and sucking blood out of boxes for years, and for that reason, I'm gonna make you pay. Blade! Oh, hell, baby. He finally found us, Bob. Let's go. Let's get the fuck out of here. He has gold and silver stakes. The bastard's trying to kill us with a sword. Don has a card this week. Don't he Charo versus Bryant. Never seen Chris Crawford in a movie after Blade. But he's a singer too, though, I think. I haven't seen him in. Didn't he die though recently? I don't know. I definitely don't want to claim that. Fucking Blade, son of a bitch. We need to hire more guards, Don. You have my back. I'll get yours. I think Bob and Whistler were the same person. Nah, that's hard to believe. I don't see the reference or the resemblance. Don, okay. You're in Baltimore. Okay. Cool.
Bobby Scott to answer your phone.
Is Wilder the most overhyped King and Aram? Okay, I got that. Let's see. Charlie Murphy is Blade, the promoter vampire slayer, the habitual lineal killer. I'm the habitual lineal killer. Alright? Know what I'm saying? I'm gonna kill all you motherfuckers. Habitual line stepper. Man, I love those skits, man. I wish they would have just had more, but you gotta look at it like this. Those true Hollywood stories on Dave Chappelle, that was only 2 seasons. 2 seasons. And for the record, the show was hot. Why is Char fighting? Why? Because shit, he has to fight sometime. He hasn't fought in 3 years, so I guess better late than never. Yeah, it has been years. Shit, that's the only thing I can give you. He's the most hated boxer for some reason. Who's the most hated boxer? I'm Blade, motherfucker. Rick James is Eddie Hearn. Oh, that would be shitty. Rick James is Eddie Hearn. Yeah, I don't think that'll go over so well. It's funny. Don King was very powerful, like in the early '90s, '80s, '70s, '60s. He was very powerful, especially '70s. He started taking all Bob's shit for a very long time. You know, he had Julio Cesar Chavez, Mike Tyson, Felix Trinidad. He had a lot of freaking fighters. Hearn is definitely Rick James. I'm Rick James. I'm Rick James, yeah? What did the five fingers say to the face? What? Slap! Oh, a lot on the net. Robinson was in the group Highwaymen with Nelson, Johnny Cash, and Waylon Jennings. Oh, cool. That's cool. Cocaine is a hell of a drug. That's a hell of a drug, yeah? Did Chappelle give Radio Raheem a start? I'm not sure. But you know something? They're from the same area. Yeah. Radio Raheem's from like Washington, D.C., Maryland area. So yeah, they're all from that same spot. Him, Laz Alonso, you know, that's another actor. They're all from that place. Rick Yoon, they're all from that area. Don King was the one responsible to put Salvador Sanchez for the first time on TV in his fight against Benitez, HBO. Don King, Don King, he was, King Promotions, you know what I mean? That was top shit back then. It's just, look, Blockbuster was the shit back in the day too, people. I mean, everything has its rise and natural end. Everything has a beginning, everything has an end, you know? I mean, you'll get on top. The question is for how long? Andre, yeah, that was kind of puts your fighting on hold. Must tack night all look after those you love. Take care. Pity Royale T. That is absolutely true. Have a good night. Sleep tight. King must be at about 88.5. He's up there. He's in his 80s. He ain't far behind Bob. I mean, Bob's 90. So he has to be at least 86, 85, 86 years old. But if you look at Only in America, which I'm telling you, I'm gonna watch that shit right after this. Don King is a disgusting guy, but he had his moments. Yeah, he did. They asked him how did his hair get the way it got. Just one day, I just woke up in the morning, baby, and all of a sudden, ping, 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 it wouldn't stop. It just kept sticking up like static electricity, baby. Yeah. Kurt, the WBA heavyweight regular title needs to go in the trash. Martha Stubbs, I agree. I don't even know what they have it for. You can say, I'm a heavyweight champion. But wait a minute, what about that guy over there? What is he? See what you want about King. He put on some damn good fights. Arum and King are Highlanders. They are Highlanders. Who do you think are the fighters in the top 15 that could easily beat Wilder? All of them. Shit, it's not like it's a hard thing to beat Wilder anymore. I think with Wilder, his niche is going to be, will he land the punch that knocks people out? I think he will always be exciting because people will always wonder if he will be able to land the right. Not how good he is, not how talented, not how he improves. I think that it's going to get to Wilder that he's going to get past that part in his career. They're going to just only be concerned with what he's able to do. And I think what he's able to do is land the right hand, knock people out. Some fighters won't allow him to do it. Some fighters will. We will see who will and who won't. Bob watched Patterson and Ingemar live 5 meters away from the ring. He is in boxing for that long. Yeah. Kurt, can anyone beat Canelo? Yeah. But I mean, can anyone beat Canelo? Decision Canelo? Officially? That's the question. Wilder is retired. Nah, he's not retired. Don't say that. Put counterpunch on your face mask. Missing a trick there. Don King is only about the money. I do have a face mask. I just don't have it with me. Because we can't wear it. We have to wear these at work. So Andre, good night, bud. Kurt was just going to say all of them generally off. Yeah. I mean, everyone has the ability to beat Wilder. Because if they focus on their skills and their boxing ability, yeah, you can always box Wilder. So you have the potential to beat Wilder. Now, will that happen? That's another story. Aha! Aha! Oh, what do you know, you bastards? Kurt, do you think Lennox Lewis would beat Vitali in a rematch? Probably not in a rematch at the time, no. He wouldn't have beat Vitali in a rematch. It would have been a hell of a fight still, though. You know what I'm saying? It would have been a hell of a fight. But see, because Lewis did not take that fight, that questioned his ability to prove himself. They just showed he was comfortable. A lot of people would have been like, yo, why did you do that? Watched your earlier video on Don't Believe the Hype on Wilder's mediation. You made this comparison to when he thought Povetkin or avoided that. I thought Povetkin sued him. That's what I'm talking about. It was a back and forth bullshit, but what ended up happening? It was all about money. You see what I'm saying? That was the comparison. Just like the Fury fight. I hope people understand that. Just to clear that up. Wilder sued Povetkin for money. Okay? And then they found some shit out about Povetkin. That shit went back and forth for a while. And honestly, I don't even really know the outcome. I got to do some research on it. The person that can beat Camelot isn't boxing professionally right now. Maybe you meant to say Canelo. Gerard Johnson. Mayweather hates on Ali and Robinson for the losses, but praises Roberto Duran for quitting against Ray and getting knocked out against Tommy. That's just bias because Mayweather knows that those fighters will be he will be compared to those fighters because he's black and they're black.
Hey, Tracy.
Yes, go ahead.
What's this one?
I'm in the office here. What do you need?
Van plan.
I'll be right back.
Lennox Lewis beating Klitschko proved his championship heart. I mean, no, it proved that fights can be stopped from fucking injuries. I mean, he got caught. I mean, he got hit. It was a good fight, but damn, he should have ran that back. For some reason that says he's from the projects. Wilder sure loves the courts and suing. Parker versus Fa predictions. I don't know. I think Fa is a big dude. I want to see what he's able to do with Parker. I thought Mayweather was Team Gucci. Catch you later, Big Kurt. Philip, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Tomorrow, got hospital appointment. Take it easy, mate. Hey, take it easy and be careful. Hope everything goes well in your apartment, on your appointment. On your appointment. Thought Mayweather. But These sanctioning bodies just make up belts for fees. Karma, you are absolutely correct. That's what they do. Fucking Bridger weight. I just seen the shit on Bridger. I don't know. I'll do a video on it later. But it's gonna be a rant because it's like whatever. Kurt, put Counterpunch. I already did all of that. He did Martha. He looks 10 years younger. Hollering from Czech Republic. Has Floyd had a hair transplant? Yeah, I seen that shit. You know, I mean, fuck it. You know, it's better that than wearing a fucking toupee and shit. That's really looks stupid. You know, looking like Bozo the Clown. Especially, and you know, we're used to Floyd looking that way, but fuck it, you know. I don't hate on him. All the shit people doing to alter themselves these days. You know, he did it right. He has enough money. I want more hair here. It's a little shallow right here. I want a head full of hair right there. Kurt, you are not being fair to Lennox Lewis. It was his final fight before God fake against a future Hall of Famer. Give the man more credit. I mean, I gave him credit. He won. But, I mean, look, dude, the fight was stopped. It wasn't stopped because he knocked him out like he did Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Or nothing like that. Look, that fight ended in boos. It didn't end in cheers or appreciation. So, no, I can't give Lennox Lewis credit for a fucking Vitali fight. It was a good fight as long as it lasted. But he knows on the grounds of why it was stopped. He knows that. He knows. Let me take that back. So for people that think I can't beat Vitali, but him leaving the sport like that just shows that I ain't fucking with that motherfucker again. Counterpunch. Fuck it. Now maybe I'm not, you know. Lennox Lewis is pissed at me too, so fuck it. You know. Maybe when I'm not, you know, maybe I'll say something different later on. I seen that. I seen that Blue Blood is now saying because Eddie Hearn said it in June instead of May. This is proof that Wilder is in control. Yeah, he'll say that shit. I can see him. It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, Eddie Hearn has said that the fight between two-time heavyweight WBC currently champion of the world, Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua, two-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, will happen in June instead of May. This is proof that Deontay Wilder, the former WBC superstar heavyweight champion of the world, is in control, and still arbitration is affecting the holdup on the potential mega fight between the two fighters. Shit. That being said, Deontay Wilder is still a force in the heavyweight division. He was cheated. He is a man in exile. And I feel that he will get his death due diligence. Because the fight is going to happen in June instead of May. Yeah. Star Wars Fans TV, salute. Vitali changing him to a rematch at the end of the front of all the cameras in Lennox corner, yelling to him to say no. Hell yeah, they said that. Look, it wasn't honorable, bro. Sorry, it wasn't honorable. Like, yes, he won. Yes, it was a good fight. He fought very well. He caught that motherfucker, ripped his eye open. Okay, let's look at it like this. Let's say any other fighter would have done that shit. Let's say Joshua. Let's say Fury. You know, and Fury had a bad cut. Let's say that fight would have been stopped. that would have been a totally different scenario if Fury would have got a loss because of a cut that big, and it was that bad enough to stop, of course. And it got worse over time. Okay, well, let's just say Otto Wallin then decides not to fight him. You know what I mean? Like, well, no, dude. That's just because they know, well, you know Lennox Lewis was beating you. And it was a back and forth fight. But Vitali was giving Lennox Lewis the fucking business. I mean, they were going back and forth. Don't get me wrong, but no, man. Will you do a video on Jamal Charlo saying Fury couldn't cheat? Jamal Charlo? Oh, Jamal Charlo said that? Professional channel. Give me the source of him saying that, and I can take a look at it and counterpunch it for you. Carlos, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Slow it down and add more salutes. So you going down. That's it. Chris Feliciano for salute. Professor Channel, salute. So that being said, Deontay Wilder still in control. Deontay Wilder is still recognized by certain sources as the WBC heavyweight champion and undisputed. Gerard Johnson, salute. Sunset Galati, salute. Let's get a Hondo. We need $100 super chat on the board. Star Wars from Fan TV, salute. That being said, Sully, hey, I see you, King. Slow it down. I see you, King. Jock R. Sox, I see you, King. AJ Andre Salar, what happens? Andre Ward beats and Anthony Joshua due to experience in the ring and Anthony Joshua not being able to handle shorter fighters. Next, let's see. Baron's has Vlatton. I see you, King. I see you. Salute. Martha Stubbs, salute. So, like I was saying, right? Deontay Wilder, the WBC active, moral heavyweight champion of the world, is still in control. That's why they changing dates from May to June, because they know the arbitration is more than what people saying. Sources tell us, all day, I got you, King. Young Caesar, salute, King. Karma Serene, so salute, King. Queen, salute, Queen. My fault, my sister. I think that Wilder's arbitration has now pressed the gas and has really put fire up on the Team Fury and Team Joshua to put a halt to the fight. Sources tell us that, smile back if you're ugly. Salute. Sources tell us that the fight is being bounced all over the place, and it's a thing that you call counting the birds before they're hatched. This is a great example of describing what's going on here. Sid H, I see you, King. I see you. We need $100 on the super chat, though. Let's get $100. Let's get a hundo. Let's get a hundo. Let's get a hundo, though. Get a hundo, I ain't saying nothing. Let's get a hundo. Wavy Sum, salute. K Slade, salute. Do you think Charles Martin can avoid the right? He looked good in the last fight. Listen, Deontay Wilder will knock Charles Martin out eventually, because Charles Martin is susceptible to right hands. If Deontay Wilder, if Anthony Joshua, a guy that does not have hard enough punches for then Deontay Wilder, then there's no way by default that Deontay Wilder can't knock out Charles Martin in more dominating fashion. On top of that, people do claim that Charles Martin took a dive. He took a dive. So, being that said, I think because of the massive right hand the hardest puncher in boxing history, Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder. I think that Deontay, that's fresh food for the former WBC superstar heavyweight champion, Deontay Wilder. Sully, I see you, King. Lee Foster, I see you, King. Martha Stubbs, I see you, King. Oh. Jack Artsock, salute. 32 million, salute. Let's get a Hondo. Let's get a Hondo. Let's get a $100 super chat. Jermaine C, salute. Yeah, fuck it. Let's get a $50 super chat. Salute to you, King. Carlos King. Salute. Martha Stubbs. He was challenged by somebody else of that property. Dale Alexander, salute. Andre Rodriguez, salute. Carlos again. What's again? Salute. See, that's what I'm saying, right? That's what I'm saying, right? Let's get this Hondo. Let's get this Hondo. Sunset Galati, please don't salute me. Salute. The OG General. Absolutely, you got it, brother. Yeah, man, those guys, that's a trip. That's a trip. Those guys are a trip. You know? Blue Blood Wilder versus Joe Louis. Joe Louis versus Wilder. I think Wilder is more dominant. He's the hardest puncher in heavyweight history. Then that said, he knocks out Joe Louis in 3 rounds. CJ, salute. BBTV is going mental over there. What's BBTV? Wilder versus Bronze Bomber. I think Wilder versus Bronze Bomber. Excellent question. I think the Bronze Bomber is capable of beating Deontay Wilder, his alter ego, because if you guys study African mythology, that your alter ego with your spirits from your ancestors are soon to be a lot stronger than you are as a whole. Now, him fighting the Bronze Bomber, I think the Bronze Bomber is the power of Deontay Wilder. So I think it's like the Hulk, and it's like a Hulk and David Banner. The Hulk himself would crush David Banner, but see what I'm saying, King? I see you, King. Daryl Alexander, salute. Dropping that dub on the bodies on the boy Counterpunch. Counterpunch to you, King. But like I'm saying, right? You can't take one away from the other. So the Bronze Bomber fighting Deontay Wilder he would be defeating himself. You can't separate the atoms. Baron Von Vlad, I see you, King. Salute. But Daryl Alexander, appreciate the super chat, brother. Much love. Let's smash that like button. Let's get a Hondo. We got 89 on the chat. We need 100. We need 1,000 likes. Sewell, hey, I think that's just a quick thing to say. Salute. You know, instead of properly saying, hey, how you doing? You know, you can't separate the atoms. Yeah, it's impossible to separate the atoms. Therefore, that's like Hulk smashing David Banner. It can't happen, even though there was an animation where they were able to, because of wizardry, separate David Banner from the Hulk, and the result was Astradamus. Tyson Fury's favorite rapper is Eminem. Okay. Luba be like, he's 88 in the chat. We should have 1,000. It's 88 in the chat. We should have 1,000 likes. Let's get a Hondo. Yeah, man. I mean, it's a lot of boxing channels out there. If you guys notice, Brian Custer, he's good. He's good. You see, Brian Custer is a true um journalist. Journalism, like with true journalism, you have to be able to ask questions without sounding condescending. Uh, remember information. The way you word things has to be on a professional level, because you want the person you're interviewing not to feel trapped, intimidated, or patronized. You don't want that. Okay. Now, is that something I'll be able to do? I've tried. I've tried with Tay Jones, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, you fucked that up. You fucked that," and then it's like, no. You ask questions and then see that if I would have came at Tay Jones like a fucking, like like Lady Sean, you fucking liar. If I would have done something like that, that's not how you, like an interview like that, you let someone tell you their story of what happened. You ask questions as that goes on, but then that person is telling you their side of what happened about a certain situation based on the question that you're asking them. That's it. It's easy. You know. Lee Foster, appreciate you, brother. Pacquiao nearly killing Margarito was touched to watch, but the same time, sweet justice for the plaster. Yeah, Sully. Hey, if Manny Pacquiao wasn't, if he wasn't like a good dude, you know what I'm saying? He probably would have blinded Margarito. He could have stopped Margarito in the 11th. He caught Margarito with a right hook. Margarito never saw the fucking thing. And when he did, Margarito kind of buckled. And Manny was just, doo, 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 doo. And he started looking at the ref like, what the fuck are you doing? You let me beat this dude. Like, his eyes already swole up, you know? His eye looked like a fucking, fucking injured vagina. You know what I mean? Like he looked like his eye was raped. Okay, that fight should have stopped. It should have been stopped. Yeah, Karma. Yeah, she don't care. I mean, I tried. This is what I tried to do. I wasn't gonna do Tate Jones like that. I wasn't. I could have, but then I had my other channel too, so I was still working on that to get that up and functional, because my channel was, all the shit happened over there. But then Lady Sean was like, "Let me have a crack at him, cut," and then it's like, "Get him on my show." I reached out to Tay, and Tay did not fucking respond because he probably knew, like, hell no, I'm not going over there to this fucking girl and she fucking tunes my ass up. Because that would have been wrong. It would have been all wrong. It would have been all wrong. Anyone remember Jessica Jacolope? Used to love her channel. I don't know who that is. Is asking the right questions and not just sucking up to these guys. Jermaine C, exactly. Because see, this is how journalism works. You ask the questions, they give you an answer, and based on not the interviewer or the journalist, and even Brian Custer had to come and say something. That's the thing about it. See, he was like, Mark Breland with his water, with spiked water. You don't actually believe that, do you? That shit like that. That shit, dude, that killed me. Because he didn't have to say that, but it was just so ridiculous. That shit was so ridiculous to the point was like, yo, are you really saying this shit on fucking TV? You know hundreds of thousands of people are going to see this shit, right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, he at least, he has a personality without, no, he's not a yes man, but he's a professional journalist. So he did ask those questions, and well, I don't want to believe it, and Wilder, I'd hate to believe it too, but I believe he did. Now, did he counter from that? No, he didn't. But you know what I mean. You see, with journalism, you let the people that listen to the interview make their own decision. That's how that works. So when someone's telling you everything, first of all, when you're interviewing a person, they don't have to be there. That's a treat that you were able to get them, sit them down and interview them and get them to explain their side about something that obviously everybody don't know. Okay? And they're doing it on your platform in front of you, in the audience that you provide. Okay? So it is a fortunate thing. So understanding that reality, you have to have these people open to your platform, I couldn't believe Wilder was actually going to co-sign the madness on Brian Custer. He did. I didn't believe it either, but I mean, he did. Wilder can't accept the fact that he was beaten because he believed his own hype. Yep. People let him believe it, so speak it, believe it. If many people speak it, he'll believe it. He may receive it. That's how he's looking at it. Have you ever dated a superstar like you? Dated some known people, but like Rock says, no, but yes. I couldn't believe Wilder. Will White be mandatory again if he beats Povetkin? Joe Foley, yes, he will. That's for the WBC interim championship. You know that, right? So, because I think whoever wins that fights Wilder, and whoever Wilder fights has to fight those guys. So, this is how it's set up. This is the understanding. Tyson Fury, AJ, Usyk, Joyce. Whoever wins those fights, they fight each other eventually, right? After the smoke is settled. White, Povetkin, Wilder, Martin. Whoever wins that fight, then they fight each other. You see what I'm saying? So it looks great in the heavyweight division right now. It does. Okay, I thought different about the mandatory. Okay. No. He becomes WBC interim heavyweight champion again. And Deontay, if he wants the WBC, if he's just hooked on that belt, he has to fight Dillian White. That would be the ideal. And I think it's beautiful because, shit, he should have fought him anyway. But eventually, the truth will come to the light, right? So, do you think Boots is ready for Thurman level competition? Who the hell is Boots? Young Caesar, Wilder would not fight White. He will find an excuse. Young Caesar, let's hope not. But he has to fight somebody. Speak Your Mind Sports, smash that like button right now. What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Professor Channel. Boots is, okay. Jaron Ennis. I'm not sure. But I say, why not? Throw his ass in there. Bring somebody new to the welterweight division that's willing to actually fight somebody. I would like to see Klitschko fight the winner of Fury versus Joshua. That would be cool. Klitschko, I am back. I want to fight Anthony Joshua. I want my rematch. He gave me a rematch. I think it would be warranted. I want to be the oldest heavyweight champion in the world, and I think I can beat Anthony Joshua to do it. Who would you think? You think that fight will still be competitive with Klitschko versus Joshua if Joshua wins, or the other way around with Tyson Fury? Vlad gets beat up again by both guys. Klitsch is done. Klitschko is past it now. Professional channel. Yeah, he's getting the salt and pepper around the side, looking like Magneto and shit. No, like Nick Fury. That's who he's looking like, Nick Fury. Yeah, I do, Young Caesar. I think Klitschko would have beat. Klitschko's a lot better at rematches. I think he would have beat Tyson Fury. And that being said, I think that fight didn't happen for a reason. I think he would have beat Tyson Fury. I'm glad you asked that because nobody really asked me that. I think Vladimir Klitschko would have beat Tyson Fury the second fight. I do think that. Wilder will fight White and get rid of him faster than AJ did. Jenny's psychology of boxer. That could be the case. If he hits White, it might be good night when he hits White. Please read my previous comment. Let's see. Where's your previous comment? Klitschko is past now, right? That's what you're talking about. I mean, I don't know. I want to see Canelo versus Charlo or Canelo versus Benavidez. See winner. You may, I don't know. Because Benavidez doesn't have a belt, so there's no reason I really want to fight him. Especially being on that platform. He has nothing to bring to the table. He lost the WBC belt, which Canelo now already has. So I don't really see that. I think White would stop Wilder. I think White can stop Wilder. The thing is, will the fight happen, and can White put himself in position to throw those punches? You know, can White get away from that right hand? That's the whole question. You know? As Wilder catches him. Yeah! Bow! To this day! Sent his wife away while he trained. Deontay Wilder was all under his woman during training camp. Guess who won that fight? Yeah, that was shitty. I'm ready to twerk, baby. Come back. Fuck this boxing shit. I'm ready to twerk with you. White is susceptible to the uppercut, and Wilder does not throw uppercuts usually. He throws a good right uppercut every so often. So I'd like to see Wilder versus Joyce. That would be a good fight. And I don't think that would be it probably would be a difficult fight because, you know, Warren and Heyman. Yeah, he knocked him down that third time before they waved it off. Johnny, that's absolutely right. Kurt, I have a source of Charlo's comment dismantling Wilder's accusations. He did an interview with Boxing Sweet Science on YouTube. Professor Channel, send it to me. DeVille Kurt, in Instagram, send it to me. I'll counterpunch it tonight. Hashtag professional channel. I'll put your hashtag down there for the source, baby. The source finder. Can you imagine Wilder twerking while Tyson Fury is singing? Oh, that's some crazy shit. Come on with me and you know the words. I'll dance with you. I'll dance with you. For a while. For a while. Yeah. Dance for me, baby. Dance for me, Deontay. Dance for me, you big shit house. You're a good dancer because you can't fight for shit. The bronze twerker. He dances so good. Brazil versus Violent is really interesting to me as a fight. It is. I can't wait. I don't think YouTube is allowing me to send you the link on here. It's not on here. Send it on Instagram. DeVille Kurt on Instagram. Not here. D. Jefferson, salute. I think Klitschko will still beat Wilder if he comes back. I don't know. I just want to see Vladimir's been out of the game for a while, you know. Frazier was a good singer too. Motown stuff, not my thing, but the man was quite good. Nice. Big things expected of Bosty this year. All right. What do you think of Dubois? Dubois needs to fix his eye. Get another trainer and crack on. That's what he needs to do. What's next for Pulev versus Dubois possibly? That'd be good. Klitschko is nearly 50. He must be. No, he's like 44, 45. Yeah, he's not like I think he was born like 76. So it's like freaking 45. Yeah. Or 44, turning 45. Dubois needs to also get the hell away from Frank Warren. Well, he needs to fix that eye first. That's Fred up, Kurt. That's left up. Yeah. Which win is better? Fury versus Vlad or AJ versus Vlad? AJ, because AJ retired Vladimir. Tyson Fury just pissed him off and wanted to fight him again. We start giving him the fucking Drago looks. I will crush you this time. I will make sure I will crush you at this time. I will make sure you know this. And fucking Tyson was like, fuck that. Did you great Gerald McClellan? I didn't know. Send it to you on Instagram. Go to 550. Okay, professional channel. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Professional channel. You got it. Fuck that. What's up with Parker? Parker, I don't know. He has that junior father rivalry, you know? So, is it true Ryan Garcia could fight Manny in an exhibition? If so, it's horrible. Shouldn't be allowed if you're active. That's right, Sid Harris. That's just like Vladimir wanted the professional fighters to be amateurs. I mean, if people don't want that, they shouldn't want that fucking exhibition. That's stupid. They're both active fighters. That's dumb. See, that's the type of stupid shit I'm talking about. If I'm like Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford, I'd be like, yo, what the fuck? Errol, I think we need to come together and fight each other. I think we're good fighters. I think we need to promote ourselves. All bullshit aside, I don't like Bob. I don't know much about Al Heyman, but I think we're both fighters. I think we should both fight each other because I think they bullshitting. Oh God, man, I think that's right, man. These motherfuckers, man, Allen and promised me fucking Pacquiao big head ass, and this motherfucker trying to fight a little lightweight with some fucking padding on his head. Man, this motherfucking shit bullshit. Man, you know what? We need to do this shit, man. We need to make this shit man down. Promotions need to activate our shit, man, and say fuck all of them. Fuck Bob, fuck Al, fuck Al. And let's get this shit cracking, man. We got to be real about this shit, though, man. I ain't never went against Al Heyman, man. Al Heyman, you know, if people come up missing your family, fucking with Al Heyman, man. We just got to go in there and just tell Bob, I'll go in there and I'll tell Bob, release me from the contract right now. And then you call me back. I'll call you right when I do it. And then you do the same thing, or we can do it at the same time. I don't know, that shit gonna work, man. He probably got my phone bugged, man. Let me come on over there and talk to you, you know what I mean? Big things expected of another UK heavyweight. Fabio Wardley, 10-0 with 9 knockouts. Okay. Does Usyk versus Joyce winner get a shot at AJ and winner? AJ winner? Yes, eventually they do. Eventually. On the WBO side. Because Usyk is the mandatory. So whoever wins that, he's the mandatory. I've been killing this fight. This sucks. Yo, Dennis Ugas either. Nobody even considered Ugas. Well, see, Ugas is a guy. He's a Cuban, okay? Cuban fighters don't get respect. They don't. They don't have a country. They don't really have a say-so. They're treated like second-class citizens. You look at Ortiz, look how they shitted all over him with the Joshua deal. Think about it. They gave that fight away for another motherfucker that he ain't even signed with. No, he doesn't call any shots. Listen, no Cuban fighter calls shots. None of them. When have you had an outspoken Cuban fighter? See, people talk about racism, discrimination, and understand, These are Afro-Latinos, como yo. So you have people of color, but are Latin. Cubans do not get a fair shake in the sport of boxing. People don't understand that. And then that's what I don't like about the LDBC. Yo, be consistent about black people, because last I fucking heard, if you're black in Latin America, black history is a part of Latin black history. Latin history, especially like Afro-Cuban history, Afro-Latin or Afro-Latino history is a part of black history. People want to separate that shit. They want to separate it. But why? You know what I mean? If you're smart and you know what is what, you shouldn't separate that. Why would you divide? The whole thing is to come together. And they don't look at it like that. They don't talk about Ortiz. The only reason they talk about Ortiz is because Ortiz ain't fought nobody else. And then they just love Wilder. But if Ortiz would have beat Wilder, they wouldn't be talking about Ortiz like that. They wouldn't. Exactly, Shelton Moore. Absolutely. Brazil had the biggest amount of slaves, period. They have more black people there than any other place besides the continent of Africa. Facts. But what I'm talking about is, you guys are so quick to, oh, Wilder. You say something about Wilder, you guys get all fucking bent. But then Ortiz can get a whole fucking deal ripped away from him from Anthony Joshua, and none of you cocksuckers say nothing. Rigo too. Travis Bryant, I'm glad you mentioned him. Bob Arum fucking didn't even get this guy a fight for like a year or two. And he had a contract with Bob Arum. Okay? Yordenis Ugas, he beat Sean Porter. See, there's discrimination that people don't talk about. And if you're going to talk about it, talk about the shit. Be real about what you feel that's discrimination. That's Yordenis Ugas is a black bald-head dude, ain't he? You know what I mean? Oh, he's Cuban. Oh, so that don't count. What the fuck is that about? I'm about to start ranting because I'm glad somebody, or, you know, this needs to be talked about. Luis Ortiz really don't have a voice. You know what I mean? Calcedo, his trainer, talks for him, basically. This motherfucker can talk, and he can talk English, too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's crazy. You know? It is like the LDBC would be jumping, and I would be like, yo, that's absolutely right. You know, the only time I seen them take up for any Cuban fighter is with Canelo. You know what I mean? But Lara, I feel, beat Canelo. Canelo was the star. So you follow the money. He wasn't going to win a decision. I mean, really, who does? Did Triple G win a decision? Fuck no. So I don't want to call it a black and white thing. What I'm saying is, you're not going to beat Canelo anyway. But Lara does not have a big enough following around him, and since his promoter don't really stick up for him like Don King used to do, right? I think that's exactly what it is. Look, man, those guys get shitted on, and they look at Cubans like, hey, they should just be happy just to be here. Shut up and box. That type of shit makes me pissed off. You know, yeah, Ugas, he's not the hardest puncher. No, he's not. But the thing, he's a top fighter. He's getting old now. But, you know, but here's the thing. For a payout, they gave this man $1 million. He should be, you know, I would want Lara to fight Mayweather. Paul Williams can still beat Floyd even if he came out of retirement. Gerald Johnson, are you fucking on crack? The man's paralyzed in a fucking wheelchair. Maybe you didn't get that cheat sheet. Chain with ice. He can still come back. Fucking how? Fucking roll his way to the ring? Now that wasn't right. But fuck, come on now. The Ali Act is a joke. Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder turning down career paydays for peanuts is proof. Yep. Come on, man. I mean, we gotta, you know, where the hell has he been? I don't know. Speak your mind. Sports talk. I don't know, bro. No, unfortunately, look. Gerard Johnson. I'm gonna stop roasting you. No, he was in he got on a motorcycle and he fucking got in a wreck like a lot of people do that don't know what the fuck they're doing on a motorcycle. That's why personally I don't drive them. I don't ride them. Fuck them. I don't deal with them. You know, if I'm in like DR or Puerto Rico, I mean DR or somewhere in the Caribbean, you know, that's a form of transportation. Now I might get on a bike, but you know what I mean. The shit's not gonna be going 100 miles an hour. I'm like, yo, get me off of this motherfucker. But he was paralyzed, and he was in negotiation to fighting Paul Williams when that happened. A lot of people think Floyd ducked him. No, he got in a fucking accident and got paralyzed. Yeah, he did in the second fight. Smile back if you're ugly. He got knocked out in the second fight after winning a decision against Sergio Martinez, but he ran that back, and Sergio knocked his ass out in the second round. Shit was beautiful. Overhand left, KO'd him. Then after that, he fought Lara, and they robbed Lara. Lara was 16-0. Yeah, Paul lived, Diego died. That's true. 2 motorcycle accidents. Que pena. Damn shame.
Cody?
Blue balls have been a meltdown for the past hour. What's wrong with him? Is
jumper cables in your tractor?
Is he live or something? Yeah, he beat Canelo on the scorecards. Where you got guys like Levi Martinez having to fight 9 rounds to 3. You know, Sean Porter literally robbed Ugas, but is it too good to give Ugas the rematch? You know, here's my thing. Fuck the rematch. If he can't knock out Sean Porter, who the fuck gonna knock out Showtime Sean Porter? You know what I mean? I don't even see him being knocked out, stopped. He's been dropped a couple times, you know, by Errol Spence and by Adrian Broner. People forget about that. You know, even though he outpointed Adrian Broner, out-hustled Broner, but that's not a hard thing to do with Broner. But who's going to stop it? Sean Porter. It's not, I don't even think it's necessary to fight. I think it's just, it's bullshit. He's like Marquez. He can get dropped, but putting him out is hard. That's correct. Lada versus Canelo was a robbery without a pistol. It was. Crawford will stop the running back. As a matter of fact, you didn't see, you've seen a lot of people talk about the Lada Canelo fight. Now, you did see Dante's Boxing Nation. I remember him talking about it. I remember Boxing Ego talking about it. But then Boxing Ego, I believe, reneged and was like, well, it's not really a robbery. You can't just call it a robbery because it was a close fight. But you know why? Because at the time, at the time,
Yes, sir.
he was getting access to Canelo's gym at the Reynosos. So he was getting content. You know, that's why he couldn't say too much about Canelo. You know, but this Deontay Wilder shit, it just shows they didn't put the same type of energy they're doing into some shit like Deontay Wilder, and there's no fuck. It'd be different if Wilder actually beat Tyson and they robbed him. No, Charlo did not get robbed against Harrison. Harrison just outboxed him using a fucking jab. Counterpunch. No, that did not happen. He did not rob fucking Jermell Charlo. Tony Harrison outboxed that man. Will stop that running back. Crawford will stop that running back. Sean Porter does look like a fucking little running back, don't he? Didn't know that, Kurt. Yeah, I mean, those type of things, and I'm like, okay, where's the justice for these brothers? Where's the justice for these Latinos? Just because they're Latinos of color, you can't relate to them. But just because you can't relate to them, don't mean that that's their problem, you know? You know, I mean, you see a guy that looks just like you, but you can't talk to him. You know, get fucking Rosetta Stone. Or get an interpreter. That's what everybody else does. You know? But it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's crazy. Do you think or believe it, or they're just doing it to make money? They're just doing it to make fucking money. That's all. I think Kurt should enlighten Blue Blood if he's willing to come to your show. Young Caesar. Blue Blood, it was on a Blood TV show. And he was on, and you guys remember when I did the live with IOTBA? IOTBA and Blue Blood was on the same. I think they were on a Blood TV, some shit like that. I think the cat's name is Blood TV. And they were both on that panel. Now, it wasn't a one-on-one. I think it was like 6 different people because they invited all those guys there. So maybe one day, if we are on the same platform, we can talk and go toe-to-toe with Blue Blood. You know, we don't disagree on every fucking thing, but a lot of that shit is off. And then about 100% of that shit, well, about 85% of the shit Blue Blood says about Wilder is off due to his desire and his bias towards Wilder. But understand, Blue Blood has close sources and contact with Wilder. So he can't really afford to say nothing bad about Wilder because that's a source of income when he makes videos praising Wilder. That type of shit. Do you think Jermell ducked Canelo? Excuse me. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell with the Charlos because in contracts it's just, you know, someone word against the other. Porter about to be all sleep if he ever serious about activating the WBO mandatory. He should. You know, let him do a purse bid. Let it go to purse bid. A lot of these people don't understand that about Blue Blood. Yeah, I mean, he can't talk about. See, those guys, if like, okay, that's like Aki. He can't talk too much shit about Tate Jones because the moment he does a fucking video about Tate Jones and it's something that pissed Tate Jones off, Tate Jones is gonna call that motherfucker and be like, hey, what the fuck did you do that for? You know what I'm saying? Like, people can call you and then, you know, they know you personally. You've built a rapport with these people, you know? And if you do something, you know, then that's... Why do you think, like, what is it, Jermell? He wants to fuck Blue Blood up? I'm like, I don't even know what Blue Blood did to him, but he wants to fuck him up. And repeats the same thing constantly. He is reading the side of a cereal box. He's making that damn video long enough to put fucking ads in it. I know what he's doing. Mike Hall, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. The way Deontay Wilder's career is going, his next fight will be against Jake Paul. He ain't gonna fight Jake Paul. Jake Paul ain't a fucking idiot. Jake Paul will get fucking destroyed. Wilder will do him like he did Charlie Z. You don't like people, like, I know people dislike Wilder, but if Wilder hits you, he will decapitate you and render you unconscious. And then see, the thing about Wilder, he'll break his fucking hand to do it. My hand broke, but I broke it on your face. To this day. He has arguably the toughest chin at heavy welterweight, while people just giving Crawford the stoppage makes no sense to me. He gonna have to fight for that shit. He might fight all night. He might fight that motherfucker 12 rounds. You know? When one is biased to the core of the business channel, not even a Rosetta Stone would help them. Oh, siesta. Thanks, Povetkin will KO Povetkin. Povetkin will KO Povetkin even more easily. Oh, Dillian White will? Another future heavyweight contender from the UK, David Adele. Unbeaten, sparred, AJ, big puncher. Yeah. Marcy D, counterpunch to you. Wilder is 34, right? No, he's 35, and he'd be 36 this year. Wilder was born in 84. No, he's born in 85, wasn't he? Let me see. Check real quick. Check my phone. Hey, check it out. Counter Kurt, beautiful to find you live. Ricardo G, counterpunch to you, brother. Beautiful for you to be on here. Yeah, 1985. Yeah. October 22nd. Yep. Calling out the BS. He's 47. 36 this year. He's got the living crap beat out of him. I think Usyk feet too quick for Joyce. Sule. I mean, that's a logical thing. You know, he's done it already before. So, and it's his first rodeo. And ain't his first rodeo fighting Joe Joyce. So, a lot of people think Joe Joyce is just going to go under. Joe Joyce has a task in front of him, people. He has a task in front of him. I hate this mask. It sucks. Perry can't type right. Joshua versus Fury, both 33 this year. They're 33? They're 32. I don't think they're 33, man. I think they're 32 this year. They might be. I could be wrong. Right. They'll be 32, man. Look, while Fury will be 33. Joshua will be 32. He's 31 years old. Because I know Tyson has 1 year on Anthony Joshua. See, he's 32. See, in August, Tyson Fury will be 33. Yeah, Joyce, right. Sammy Ali, he's 35. Break out the track Olympic medals for Usyk fights at heavyweight. Adam Cram. Must be LDBC guys doing the age math in the chat. Joyce acts like he is way younger and mature than the other heavyweights. This year, 33 for sure, 1988. Yep. Oh, Usyk could have stopped Chisora if he would have put his foot on a little bit more. He probably could have, but I don't think that was the objective. I think the objective was to fight a hard, tough fight and get in there and go 12 rounds with a real, true, gritty, brawling heavyweight. And that's what he did. What the fuck else you want from him? It's crazy how Fury is only 1 year older than Joshua. He looks about 6 years older. Yep. Kurt, you're loved in the UK, bro. Ricardo G. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. All that cocaine. Yep. You said it. You said it, Michael Fuller. I didn't. At least you said it. You know what I mean? Didn't think I didn't think it, but at least you said it. Drugs and alcohol abuse makes you age. It does. It dries your skin. It does. You see people on it. They look a lot older. Look at the Olsen twins. They look like they're fucking late 30s and they're only like late 20s or some shit like that. Nicholas Argos. Orgallos, right? What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. They were on that coca. Yeah, they were hard. Yeah, just have a kilo for the weekend. Oh, they're in their mid-30s? Yeah, they look like they're in their late 40s then. They look old. You know what I mean? Like they look old. A lot of people you could tell like the shit they do, man, it ages you. They was on that Richard Pryor hard. Richard Pryor said, man, I must have snorted all of Peru. Cocaine made the 80s on fire in boxing. Yeah, I bet. Mike Tyson. I gotta get high. I gotta get high. I think you should leave now. I want to go now. What's going on with Wilder and Charles Martin? I don't know yet. Can Sugar Ray Leonard beat Sugar Ray Robinson? Nope. Nope. Never seen a fight where both fighters knocked each other out and try to make the bell like Rocky 2. Nope. I haven't seen anything like that. So ballooning with weight up and down didn't help Tyson look any younger. JG, you're absolutely right. A future knockout waiting to happen is all that going on with Wilder and Martin. Oh, yeah. You know, Martin's like 260 something now, like 275. He's a big boy. Yeah, well, if Wilder, if he loses a fight like that, yeah, it's just the beginning of the, I mean, the Tyson fight, that would have been the beginning of the end. It may be just a stumbling block for the brother, but hopefully he can come back. Yeah, I want to see it, though. I want to see it. I want to see that fight. That's a good fight. Two heavyweights, two former champions. Why not? What do you think about white chocolate? Somebody's gonna beat him. I've seen him. I seen him on an undercard. I wasn't impressed. Somebody's gonna tap that ass quick. Roy Jones Jr. versus Marvin Hagler. Roy Jones Jr. He would have destroyed Marvelous Hagler. He would have destroyed him. Fucking heavy middleweight? No, dude, that's no comparison. Roy is, dude. I like Hagler, but Roy would destroy him. Kurt, which is more upsetting? AJ KO Fury 4th round or outboxes Fury? Both, actually. But I think, well, the AJ outboxed him because Fury's supposed to be such a good boxer. What other boxers like Wilder rely too much on their power? A lot of people did it. David Tua did it. Jeff Lacey did it. One of the dirtiest fucking fighters in life, James Butler did it. Hey, James Butler's notorious for the guy that sucker punched the guy right after, he outpointed him. He sucker punched him. Ernie Shavers did it. A lot of people did it. Did you see Rolly Romero? I can't wait for somebody to knock his ass out. Yeah, he's trying to join the fucking community to Loserville. Wilder's the most unskilled champion in boxing history, dudes. Know now what pressures him. I mean, they know now what pressures Wilder. But anyway, guys, it's getting about time for us to wrap. And we went past 2 hours. I appreciate you guys coming on the chat. Everybody, you guys have been counterpunched. I hope you have a good night and stay tuned for more videos. Peace.